Chances are you've heard an awful lot about cancer and HPV over the past few months. What is HPV? How does it relate to cancer? Vicki May is a nurse practitioner with DCH, and she's here with Brent Deerking from NorthStar EMS to tell us more. Guys, thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, thank you, Danny. We appreciate being here again as part of our effort to partner with WVUA to spread some messages about injury and illness prevention. This month, as you may know, is in January is, there's so many medical things that are touted about during each month, but one of the most important ones during the month of January is cervical cancer screening and HPV. So we invited Vicki May, who works with DCH Cancer Center, to join us to kind of talk about some of the more important questions that come up when we talk about cervical cancer and the HPV virus.
Absolutely. Let's get right to it. Vicki, what is HPV and how does it relate to cervical cancer?
HPV is the human papilloma virus. This is the most common sexually transmitted disease. We see a lot of HPV as it relates to genital warts, but probably the most dangerous part of this virus is that it can lead to certain malignancies like cervical cancer. It can also lead to malignancies of the penis, of the anus, and of the head and neck area. So there are quite a few cancer-related issues that we watch very closely with the HPV virus. It's something that's so common that almost every sexually active adult will have had exposure to the disease at some point during their life. But because we tend to have healthy immune systems, we shake the virus off. Most of us never even know we've had any exposure.
I see. Well, who is at risk to this disease? How is it spread?
It is a sexually contracted type of virus, so it's skin-to-skin contact. We don't have any great screening tools except for with cervical cancer. We, of course, have the Pap test, and the HPV is tested through the Pap.
Gotcha. Tell us a little bit about what are the symptoms? How do you know if you have it?
Your symptoms are related to, think about where we're talking about these diseases.
Right.
We're talking about symptoms involving the sexual organs, the pelvis, the head and neck area. So anybody who's experiencing any concerns or problems in these areas, women should of course be having their annual Pap test, but everyone should be seeing a physician annually if possible and reporting any problems or concerns. One of the big things that we've heard about over the last few years is getting your adolescent males and females now immunized. There are 2 vaccines that cover different strains of the virus. There are about 40 different strains of the virus.
Wow.
So these vaccines appear to be very effective and are well tolerated. Kids should become immunized with 3 doses between the ages of 11 and 12, and if they miss that window of opportunity, talk with your pediatrician about the best time to get the vaccine later in life.
Gotcha. All right, guys, we're out of time, but Brent, really quickly, you had one more thing you wanted to add.
Well, I think the main important note here is that both women and men can be exposed to this. So certainly, as Vicki had indicated, women should have those Pap tests done on an annual basis, and men need to go and check with their primary care physicians as well and do an annual checkup just to be safe.
All right, super. Guys, thank you so much. Great information.
Great, thanks.
If you've got an emergency, pick up the phone and dial 911. For more information, call NorthStar EMS at 205-345-0911. Find out more online at NorthStarEMS.com.